close your eyes. No, really, close your eyes. Imagine, what do you see when you hear the name Dorothy Henry? Do you see Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz? Do you see a tall or white-haired woman? Maybe you see Dorothy from the Golden Girls. Now, open your eyes. Well, I'm not always what people imagine when they hear my name as I walk in the room. The daughter of a Colombian mother, a white American father, curly hair, dark skin. Well, that's me. Being born of two ethnicities, it was kind of hard to feel that sense of pride and ownership of one or the other. And growing up, especially in the old school Latino community, I often had interactions like this. Oh, what are you? Oh, I'm Colombian. Really? What part of Colombia are you from? Well, my mom is from Barranquilla, and I was born here. Oh, so your mom is Colombian, but you're Americana, leaving me feeling very awkward and unsure about myself and my identity. Well, this went on for years as I allowed people to define me based on their ideas of how people should identify. I still feel a sense of my name doesn't really match how I look, but it's okay. I'm proud of my name. Dorothy, gift of God. You like it, right? Antonia, which is my abuela's name, and Henry, since I adored my father. Well, fast forward years later, I recall the day going to City Hall in Queens to apply for our marriage license. Well, I teared up at the idea of giving up my name to take on the name of my Puerto Rican husband, Santana. Remember that, honey? Well, I did it on that paper, but I never changed it with Social Security. I started hyphenating. I still found my taxes as Dorothy Henry, but everybody knows me as Dorothy Santana. Being raised by my mom, immersed in lots of different Latino communities, I felt drawn to my Latino heritage. And I was happy that I took on the name Santana, because you have to admit, it's a pretty cool name. No relation to Carlos. We get asked that all the time. But then, becoming a mom, I had always wished that my Puerto Rican, Colombian, American-born kids wouldn't go through those identity issues like I did. But, wishes don't always come true. One day, my then 6-year-old son, on the stairs of our Long Island home, said to me, "Mommy, I wish my skin was pink. I wish my skin was pink like Johnny." And my heart sank as I replied to him, "Papi, your skin is beautiful just the way it is, the way God made it. He made us all beautiful in different colors so that the world can be like a rainbow." Well, I had been intentional about our parenting. So, I was cooking traditional foods. Arroz con habichuelas, chuletas, pollo guisado, teaching my kids how to make arepas and empanadas. I'm sorry, I know you're getting hungry. Well, even in car rides, we'd sing along to Juanes, Carlos Vives, Today Bad Bunny. I even enrolled my daughter in a cultural dance company, which were some of my proudest moments. I recall the day after her first dance recital, dancing to Celia Cruz's "Ay, no hay que llorar, la vida es un carnaval, la 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 la, oh, ay, no hay que llorar." Anyway, you know the song. Well, she came off that stage excitedly calling out, "I love it. I feel it in my soul. And I thought, wow, my little Latina is proud. But I still had some doubts about our move to Long Island. I didn't always feel that connected. I realized how segregated we were, not to mention how expensive it is. But it was where we were at. And there were times that I felt like I was alone. But the moms here, they were great. I just needed that sense of connection. And I realized sometimes when I'd run into other moms, Latina moms, I felt that sense of connection. You were excited. It was exhilarating, like seeing an old friend or a sister. We connected and we talked. We talked about our culture, identity, and what it was like raising our kids on Long Island. Well, we weren't alone in our struggle. There were lots of moms having these feelings and experiences that I was having. We just needed a space. We needed a space to connect. Moms needed to feel welcomed. They wanted to feel welcomed at the table, whatever table that was. School functions, the PTA, their jobs, the baseball fields, the boardroom. They wanted that space to feel welcome and connected. So I looked everywhere. I Googled it, I Facebooked it, I Twittered it. I couldn't find anything that had to do with Latina moms. So in 2014, I created it. I created this space for moms to come together and talk about parenting, culture, identity, and raising your kids on Long Island. Well, it wasn't enough because it was online. And we really needed that sense of personal, intimate connection. And you can only do that in person. And so we did. We had our first in-person event called Sofrito Sunday. Wow, it was amazing. So there, sofrito is that Puerto Rican cooking base that makes Puerto Rican food just taste so good. It's a blend of fresh garlic, recao, cilantro, onions. I'm sorry, I know you're getting hungry again. I digress. Well, I knew how important this was when one mom cried as she entered the room that was filled with the aroma of cilantro. She recalled how the memories had warmed her heart of her grandfather's farm in Puerto Rico and how long it had been since she had smelled that beautiful fragrance. You had to be there. Anyway, we still do this today and more. We have activities like Bochinche Brunch, and we celebrate the holidays with Dia de los Reyes, Dia de los Muertos. We even organize parrandas. Now, if you don't know what a parranda is, it's like a holiday caroling event on steroids, right? It's a Puerto Rican traditional caroling event where we go house to house singing traditional Puerto Rican songs, drinking the best holiday beverage ever, coquito. You know it. Now, those of you who don't know coquito, you're going to have to join us in December. Well, these are those amazing experiences that our grandparents, abuelos, abuelas, tias, and tios had that we have to stay connected to and keep alive for our children. We have to make sure that we're passing them on. It's amazing. Now, our parents, so many moms have come together and families that have sat at our tables and have said, we too have become more intentional about our parenting. And now have said that being part of these activities has been a hug to their soul and how it's made them feel whole. It's beautiful. A lot of great things have happened since then too. We've been featured in Newsday a couple of times. We've been on ABC7's Tiempo with Joe Torres a couple of times. And I was even invited to a national TV talk show, Tamarind Hall, to talk about Sofrito Sunday, where, to my surprise, I was gifted an all-expense-paid trip to Colombia for me and my family. It'll be our first time to visit our motherland. So keep traditions, set your table, and connect. Thank you.